Congratulations on your brand new podcast. I'm so excited about it. Tell me why now was the perfect time for you to do this.
Well, we were already in the process over the last year, my partner, Jared Goodstadt, from setting up a podcast platform, sort of like a studio, a podcast studio, and that we want to be kind of the YouTube of podcast. And along with that, we have our own slate of shows, just like a studio would be. And one of them is called the Dennissance, which is my own talk show. I never thought I would be doing it. And I've met so many people, over my life, interesting people. I've had a lucky life in that way. I've stayed in the White House. I've played golf with presidents. I've jobs like The Right Stuff, where I played an astronaut, or whatever it is. I've played a firefighter, a policeman, and doing the research for all that has allowed me to go behind all those doors that say author, personnel only, and to find out what that life is really like. And I've met some really interesting people along the way, and most of them, some of them famous, some of them not, but interesting people. And I'm interviewing them just about their point of view of life.
I love that.
I don't necessarily want to do like famous people who have something to sell at the time, which I am doing right now. I have myself, okay. but you want to find out what's behind what we think we know about them.
Yeah.
Their interest and what's their spiritual journey. There's a lot of things to talk about these days. We all have the time to do it.
Sure. And I love what you said, that you want to, learn things about people that make them tick behind what we already know about them. So what is that for you? What is that thing that makes you tick that people don't know about you?
Well, I have a lot of other interests. Just from what I was just saying about research and movies has really kind of expanded my life. Like when I played The Right Stuff, I was playing an astronaut. I got my pilot's license for that. And that led me into a whole other world. And the playing golf has led me to playing golf with presidents, and being inside the White House and spending a weekend with like nobody there and just roaming around. And I've really got to do a lot of really interesting things.
What do you do when you roam around the White House by yourself?
We have a little badge. I went down to the basement, to see if there really is that tunnel to Congress.
Was there?
I was with Clinton, was in office. I threw the tennis ball for Buddy the dog out of the lawn, and surprisingly, I was able to just walk into the Oval Office alone.
That's amazing. Making phone calls in the Oval Office late night.
check the messages.
Right, David was here.
I'm an amateur astronomer. I have been since I was a kid. I had an 18-inch reflecting telescope in Montana with a dome on top of it. I can power that thing up and show you the Andromeda galaxy in about 2 minutes.
That's awesome. I'm sure, like so many, like you said, so many characters that you have played have kind of turned you on to different things. I mean, looking back, besides, getting your pilot's license and things like that, what is that one character that really kind of resonates with you and stays with you and kind of opened up your eyes to all these, new adventures and new journeys?
Well, The Right Stuff was my favorite movie to make, and it took 9 months to do it. Mm-hmm. And the very first thing that I wanted to be when I was a kid, I was in the first grade, and they rolled the television into the classroom to watch Alan Shepard go up into space, and that replaced wanting to be a cowboy right then and there for all of us. And I grew up that way.
Yeah, that's so cool. Do you do you have a dream guest of who's going to be on your podcast? Can you tease us to some of the guests that you're going to have on?
Well, they're all really interesting. Billy Ray Cyrus, I interviewed him just a few days after the Grammys, and we kind of bonded at the Grammys. He came off backstage, after performing, and he was just back there, and he had nothing to eat. He hadn't eaten all day, so I went and got him some crab, man, and he was very grateful for that. And
yeah, I'm sure he has a lot of crazy, fun stories to share.
Yeah, he's such a brilliant human being and such a sweet, sweet soul. I don't know if everybody knows that part of him, and a very enduring personality.
Yeah. Oh, I've interviewed him a couple times, and he's always one of my favorites. He's so much fun. Are you going to be featuring some of your former co-stars and things like that?
Well, I'm doing Tanya Tucker today. She was actually my first leading lady in 1978. There was a television movie called Amateur Night at the Dixie Bar and Grill, and it was like a movie of the week back then, and she was my love interest on that show. And I think she was 20, I was 24, and we had no relationship outside of the set or anything like that. I was just married, and she had a relationship with Don Johnson, I think, and but we didn't see each other for 40 years.
Wow.
And we ran into each other backstage at the Waylon Jennings Hall of Fame induction, and kick-started a relationship that is just a really great friendship. And she is one of the most interesting, funniest people without even trying that I know of, and a great friend.